Let's be honest, no one likes admitting they're wrong. We've all been there. You're in a heated argument, and deep down, you know you've messed up. But something inside just won't let you say those words. I was wrong. But why is it so hard? Is it just about stubbornness, or is there something deeper at play? Today, we're going to dig into the real reasons behind why admitting you're wrong can feel so impossible. And trust me, you'll want to stick around till the end because understanding these reasons could help you let go of the fear and improve your relationships. If this resonates with you, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and share this video with anyone who could use a little self-reflection. All right, let's get to it. Number 1, fear of judgment. One of the biggest reasons we resist admitting we're wrong is the fear of judgment. Think about it. When we admit a mistake, it feels like opening ourselves up to criticism. Our brains are wired to avoid rejection or disapproval from others, especially people we respect or care about. Imagine this. You're at work and you made a miscalculation on a project. Owning up feels like putting a spotlight on your failure, doesn't it? You worry about what your boss or coworkers will think. Will they trust you less? Will they see you as incompetent? This fear of judgment can paralyze us, pushing us to deny the mistake instead of owning it. But here's the thing. Avoiding the issue usually makes things worse. Owning up actually builds trust and shows maturity, often more than perfection ever could. Drop a comment if you've ever felt this fear holding you back, even when you knew you should just admit the mistake. Number 2, threat to self-esteem. The second reason is something we don't often think about, but it's huge. Threat to self-esteem. Admitting you're wrong can feel like an attack on your sense of worth or intelligence. Think about this. You've spent hours researching a topic and sharing your thoughts with friends. Suddenly, someone points out a flaw in your argument, something you missed. Admitting you're wrong feels like it would undermine your intelligence, like you're not as knowledgeable as you thought. But here's the reality. Self-worth isn't tied to always being right. In fact, showing that you can acknowledge a mistake shows resilience and openness. Embracing mistakes helps us learn and grow, ultimately boosting self-esteem rather than threatening it. If you've ever been afraid to admit you were wrong because it felt like a hit to your self-esteem, give this video a thumbs up. You're definitely not alone. Number 3, attachment to identity. Let's talk about something even deeper, attachment to identity. Sometimes, admitting we're wrong feels like we're betraying who we are. For example, if you've always considered yourself a logical person, admitting you made a decision based on emotions rather than logic can feel like betraying your very identity. You start questioning yourself, thinking, if I'm wrong about this, what else am I wrong about? This attachment can trap us. We cling to beliefs and opinions not because they're correct, but because they reinforce who we think we are. But remember, identity isn't static. Being open to growth and change is a strength, not a weakness. Being able to say, hey, I used to think this way, but I've learned more and I'm open to new ideas, is incredibly powerful. Take a second and think, is there something you believe so strongly it feels like part of your identity? How open are you to changing that belief if you found out it wasn't true? Number 4, need for control. Next up is something we all crave on some level, the need for control. Admitting you're wrong can feel like handing over control to someone else, and that's uncomfortable. Let's say you're in a disagreement with a partner or friend. The moment you admit you're wrong, it feels like they win and have control over the situation. It can make you feel vulnerable, like you're at someone else's mercy. But here's a shift in perspective. Owning your mistakes is actually a form of control. You're controlling your narrative, showing accountability, and not letting fear dictate your actions. It's a powerful mindset shift that can improve relationships and reduce conflict. Have you ever held on to a position just because admitting you were wrong felt like losing control? Let me know in the comments. Number 5. Cognitive dissonance. Now, here's where things get a bit more psychological. Cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance happens when we hold two conflicting beliefs or ideas, creating discomfort. Admitting you're wrong means facing that conflict, and our minds will often do anything to avoid it. For instance, if you've spent years believing that hard work always equals success, admitting that maybe luck or privilege plays a role can be tough. It disrupts what you've believed and invested in emotionally, and our minds resist that discomfort. Imagine someone who's been strict about eating healthy for years. If they eat something unhealthy and feel guilty, they may deny that it was a big deal rather than accept that they've acted against their beliefs. It's easier to rationalize than to admit conflict within themselves. Give this video a thumbs up if you've ever felt this internal struggle. We've all experienced cognitive dissonance in some form or another. Number 6. Emotional investment. Lastly, we have emotional investment. The more time, energy, and emotion we put into a belief, the harder it becomes to admit it might be wrong. Think about it. If you've been in an argument with a friend or partner for hours, at some point, it's not even about being right anymore. It's about justifying all that emotional investment. You've poured so much energy into defending your stance that admitting you're wrong feels like throwing it all away. But here's the thing, emotional investment can trap us in stubbornness. Recognizing that you've put in effort doesn't mean you can't change course. Sometimes letting go and admitting a mistake is the healthiest thing we can do. If you've ever stuck to an argument just because you'd already invested so much in it, let me know in the comments. Admitting that is a huge step in itself. Now that you understand these reasons, the next time you're faced with the choice to admit a mistake, remember, it's a sign of strength, not weakness. Embracing our imperfections helps us grow, builds stronger relationships, and actually makes us more trustworthy and open-minded. If this video helped you understand yourself better, subscribe to the channel for deeper insights into relationships and self-growth. Hit that like button if this resonates, and share it with a friend who might need to hear this too. And don't forget to comment below. What's the hardest part about admitting you're wrong for you? Let's talk it out. Thanks for watching. Remember, self-awareness is the first step to self-improvement. See you in the next video. Take care.